Welcome to Neosho Basketball, live on kneo.org. This broadcast is a sporting outreach of the KNEO Sports Network. You're now locked into the official pregame show for the Neosho Wildcats. Now let's go to the game site for all the action.
And good evening, Wildcat fans from Wildcat Fieldhouse. Things are a little bit different. Normally we say on Friday night, but it's not. It is Thursday night. The Neosho Wildcats are taking on another group of Wildcats, and they are the Wildcats from Cassville, Missouri. Another thing we need to clear up right here and now, Jim Jackson is not here. John Ball and Chris Fitzke. Chris, thanks so much for being here.
Oh, thanks for the invite. It's good to be here. Great vantage point to watch the game, and what better thing to do in January than to watch Neosho Wildcat basketball?
Absolutely, and we got our videographer over here, Matt Ball, and he'll be chiming in a little bit. Matt, this is a Wildcat team that got a little bit disappointed last week, but they're certainly playing well now, aren't they?
Yeah, they're doing a lot better. East Newton's a really good team, though. I just got to say they both played really hard. We came out on bottom.
Yeah, we did, and it was a tough football game. It was our third loss, and I guess, we were 12-2 going into that game, and we lost a ball game. You've got to lose some occasionally, so I guess that was one to lose. Hey, the Cassvilles from the Cassville Wildcats are coming in tonight with a record of 9-7. They've got a new coach, but it's a name that you and I have known for a lot of years, and it's Mike Ray.
Yeah, Mike Ray's got a lot of experience, 16 years of coaching, many of those at Mount Vernon, and he knows the Big 8 well. And Cassville's a team that's very young. They've got many freshmen on the roster, a good number of sophomores, and just one senior. So he's there to build the program back. First year, team's learning his system, but his goal this year is to make him follow his personality, and we know what that is. He's hard-nosed defense and a very disciplined coach.
Very, very much so. Cassville comes in, as we said, with a record of 9-7. Last year's record, they were 6-20, and they have not had a winning season since 2011, but they've got the guy that can turn it around, don't they?
Yeah, and they do. And 2011 was a year that they won district, and they moved on into the state playoffs, and that doesn't happen a lot. Cassville's primarily been a football school, but they've got some young kids. They got two freshmen in the starting lineup. I understand their 8th grade class is really strong as well. So they're a program that's going to be on the rise, and they're learning as they go this season under their first-year head coach.
Well, they really are, and, of course, we knew Coach Ray when he was over at Mount Vernon, but even more recently, he was an assistant principal, and he was athletic director over at East Newton before he went over to Cassville, and there's some things that never change. He looked at me and said, John, you know what? Good teams win because they work at it hard during the off season.
Mm-hmm. Right, and he put it out there to him. He says that we're not doing the things in the off season to be a good 4A basketball team, and that's the philosophy you got to have to get bigger, stronger, faster, more skilled in the off season. So that way when you're playing in January, you've got a little bit of an edge on your opponent.
Well, I tell you, they're in a pretty tough district this year as it is, so and what a great opportunity to have a veteran coach like that with a young group, like you said, especially if you're going to change the culture and you want to make the program successful.
Yeah, and Mike Ray's a guy that can change the culture because he holds his players to account. They're going to play good defense in their district, Class 4, District 12. They have the East Newton Patriots who upset us this week. If you want to call it an upset, a great coach in Coach Fields. Nevada, who beat us earlier, is also in that district, along with Mount Vernon, Monette, and Seneca. So you figure they'll probably be in the middle of the pack in that district, but they got two big hurdles in Nevada and East Newton.
Yeah, they really do, and I think their desire more than anything else is, and they're already ahead of last year. I mean, they've already got 7 wins this year. They only had 6 last year. It'll be something to build a foundation to build on this next year and continue. So I think we're going to see real good things happen in Cassville in the next few years.
Yeah, that's for sure. And one thing you're going to see tonight is that they might be a little young and inexperienced compared to the Neosho's roster, but they're going to play hard because that's what Mike Ray's teams always do.
Yeah, they really do. What you're watching right now is the fourth quarter of the junior varsity game, and the Neosho junior varsity's got the ball game well in hand right now. The score is 50-37. This is the pregame show. It's being brought to you by Prolube, the Tire and Auto Maintenance Center. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout and be right back. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Pastor Mike from Calvary of Neosho, and I want to take a few moments to give you hope today. Are you feeling overwhelmed with the daily struggles of affording rent, paying for groceries, buying gas? I want you to know that there is a God who is big enough to handle all these problems and bring you relief. He wants you to live free from worry and stress. James 4:2 says, "You have not because you ask not." Have you asked God to help you today? For KNEO Radio, I'm Mike Leake.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
The Neosho R5 School District is committed to shaping the future, one student at a time. From academics to athletics, we empower our students to reach their full potential, installing values of hard work, teamwork, and integrity. We would like to thank you for tuning in to the broadcast today and cheering on our Wildcats. Our dedicated teachers, staff, and coaches work hand in hand to provide a well-rounded education that prepares students for success. Together, we're building a brighter tomorrow for our community. The Neosho R5 School District, where excellence thrives.
Today's sporting event is being made available for your family by Chris Wright of Dig Right Equipment Rental, located just off Highway 49 at the Carterville exit by Casey's. Open Monday through Friday and Saturdays till noon with rentals of outdoor construction equipment and even attachments for your machines. Chris Wright of Dig Right Equipment Rentals is a proud supporter of today's game. 417-317-4995.
Compton CPA Group PC, located at 112 Northwood in Neosho, is a full-service accounting firm and is proud to support the Neosho Wildcats. Compton CPA Group PC can assist you at every stage of your financial life and help you work toward your financial goals. From tax preparation to bookkeeping services, Compton CPA Group PC has you covered. For all your tax and business affairs, call 417-451-2932 or learn more at ComptonCPAGroup.com.
In a sense, we all live in earthquake zones. Sometimes things in our world are shaken by forces we can't control. It might be one of those times in your life right now. Life's quakes remind us how breakable and vulnerable we are. You were made for a relationship with Jesus Christ. Only through Him can you be safe for all eternity. He proved it by His blood when He died on the cross to pay for every sin you've ever committed. To learn more, call 888-NEED-HIM.
Welcome back to Wildcat Fieldhouse. John, Matt, and Chris Finsky. Chris, we had you on a week or so ago, and we talked about the importance of building a foundation, and I'm not talking about just freshmen and sophomores. I'm talking about third graders, fourth graders, and fifth graders. Having seen this ball club, this Neosho ball club, and I mean, you've watched it a lot of years. Your kids played ball here.
Sure.
Let's talk a little bit about what it looks like for the future of the Cats.
Well, junior high, those kids have been traveling a little bit. They're in 7th and 8th grade, or 7th grade is a real strong group of a lot of kids, and they're having a successful season at junior high level. And then the 8th grade, they've got some great athletes, and I'm hopeful that that core group really continues to play and comes up to the high school level. Then we start talking about youth. We've got groups playing from 3rd grade on up. Usually what you see is those 3rd and 4th grade teams developing. They're still just figuring it out in some of the fundamentals. But our 5th and 6th grade teams are both doing well. They're strong, they're well coached, and they're getting prepared for the COC. So the future's bright. The thing with youth basketball is go out, play, practice, get in the gym every chance you get, because you talk about love Friday Night Lights, and we all love Friday Night Lights, but there's something special when you get to play in this field house on a Friday night with a big crowd, or a Tuesday night. It's just a special place to play in high school.
Yeah, we haven't seen it yet this year, but I'm still old-fashioned enough that the pep band that comes in and plays, they add a little something to it as well. And I think as a player, if you've got a big crowd that's watching you and there's a band that is out there as well, and everybody is doing what they can to cheer you on, it just keeps you going, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. The excitement of playing in front of your hometown fans, your classmates, and, of course, your parents and family, it's just exciting. And then the memories you make is just they just can't be replaced. And, we've got a lot of kids coming up very, very soon at Neosho that's going to keep the tradition alive of playing solid basketball wearing the black and gold.
Yeah, they really are. And I'll tell you what, this JV team is doing a pretty good job of getting the ball up and down the court, and they're scoring as they need to. So we're pretty excited about that. But your Neosho Wildcats, they come in with a record of 12-3 after losing a heartbreaker to Kyle Fields and the East Newton Patriots last Friday night. And certainly that is something when Coach Zane Kolb came up, he said, hey, this is on me. I didn't do a good job preparing everybody, and that would be exactly what I expected Coach Kolb to say. So do we mention now that if he wins tonight, it's his 100th ball game, or are we going to jinx it?
Well, I think everyone's aware on the coaching staff. The players might not know, but they might. You never know with the information that's out there. But Coach Kolb's established a culture with his players, and, East Newton's one of those games, you're playing on the road against a well-coached team. Anything can happen if you're not completely on your game and you're off a little bit. They got off to a quick start, and then they just hung on. Tonight, this is your last true non-conference game as we go into the gauntlet of the COC after this. So it could be a very special night. Non-conference games usually don't have a lot of meaning, but when you're playing for number 100, that's kind of a special number for a young coach.
Yeah, I think it really is. And by the way, we'll talk about that, but we've got Glendale coming to town next week. Now, the boys are 2-0 in COC right now and could very well be 3-0. We'll have to see what Monday night brings. Yeah. We're here tonight because of inclement weather. Good decision by everybody involved to go ahead and play tonight. We're putting off homecoming until the 12th of February, which makes sense, too, that everybody can kind of be thinking about that, and relatives can get in, maybe see some of the homecoming participants and things like that. So, but we have Glendale next week. The girls play them on Monday night, which, by the way, the girls are playing tonight, and they're playing against Parkview now. The Lady Cats have had a tough time of it. They are 1-13, but Parkview is 0-12, and this may be a great opportunity for Neosho tonight.
Yeah, and anytime you can get a win when you're struggling, you'll take it. They've got some growing pains going on, and you just want to see them to keep battling, and when they get their opportunities to get W's, to pick those things up as they continue to develop.
Well, this is the pregame show. It's brought to you by ProLube, the Tire and Auto Maintenance Center. We're going to take another time out, and we'll be back. We want to talk about the three-ball that we've been shooting. We've been doing some of that. You had one that was a three-ball specialist pretty much, and I'm sure because you're an old coach in yourself, part of that was because he did just what Coach Ray said. He shot a lot of shots in the gym for a long time.
A lot of shots.
We'll talk about that, and then we'll be back. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Pastor Mike of Calvary of Neosho, and I want to take a minute to share grace with you today. And what is grace? Grace is when someone gives you something that you don't deserve. I haven't done anything to deserve God's forgiveness, but He gives it by His grace. I haven't done anything to deserve God's love, but He gives it by His grace. I haven't done anything to deserve a bright future, but God has made a way for me to have one by His grace. Titus 2 says the grace of God has appeared that offers salvation to all people. Have you accepted that gift of grace? For KNEO Radio, I'm Mike Leake. Looking for extra space near Neosho? At 86 Mini Storage, we offer secure open parking for RVs, campers, and vehicles. Plus, we have a selection of storage units that can hold whatever you need. Conveniently located in Western Neosho with 24-hour access for our customers, and right now, your first month is free. To find out what spaces are currently available or request a unit, visit 86ministorage.com or call 417-621-1601.
This moment didn't start here. It started with showing up. For the dreamers, the doers, and those just beginning. For life's biggest milestones. And the quiet ones that shape us. Real community shows up when no one's watching. Because that's when it matters most. In the big moments, the small ones, and everything in between. First Community Bank is here for you.
Looking for extra space near Neosho? At 86 Mini Storage, we offer secure open parking for RVs, campers, and vehicles. Plus, we have a selection of storage units that can hold whatever you need. Conveniently located in Western Neosho with 24-hour access for our customers, and right now, your first month is free. To find out what spaces are currently available or request a unit, visit 86ministorage.com or call 417-621-1601.
Southwest Missouri Bank in Neosho serves the Neosho area from 2 locations. They offer business banking services including checking and savings accounts, business loans, and electronic banking. Learn more online at smbonline.com. Southwest Missouri Bank, a proud sponsor of community broadcasting on KNEO, equal housing lender, member FDIC, where their slogan is Southwest Missouri Bank.
Missourians know we've got their back. For 75 years, they've turned to Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance for dependable, personalized life insurance coverage. That's 75 years protecting families and the lives they've built. For small-town values and big-time protection, call Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. We've got Missouri covered.
Southwest Missouri Bank in Neosho serves the Neosho area from 2 locations. They offer business banking services including checking and savings accounts, business loans, and electronic banking. Learn more online at smbonline.com. Southwest Missouri Bank, a proud sponsor of community broadcasting on KNEO, equal housing lender, member FDIC, where their slogan is Southwest Missouri Bank.
I'm Bryce Johnson with this Unpacking It Sports and Faith Minute. As sports fans, it is easy to envy successful teams. After all, everybody wants their favorite team to win, but we can get so jealous when we see other teams win. Unfortunately, these same feelings of envy often exist outside of sports too. Jealousy can quickly set in when we find out about the successes that other people experience in their lives. It's easy to compare ourselves to others, what they have or what they're doing. We can even get caught up in envy over how others serve the Lord. We must ultimately realize, however, the need to focus on our own personal obedience and heart toward Jesus. Envy can be very dangerous when taking root, but the Bible says a tranquil heart gives life to the flesh, but envy makes the bones rot. Today, let's shift our jealous eyes away from everyone else and focus on the many blessings God graciously pours down on us. I'm Bryce Johnson, and you can unpack that. For more, go to unpackingit.com.
And welcome back to the Neosho Fieldhouse. John, Chris, and Matt with you. This is a Thursday night game. It was originally going to be tomorrow night, but with the weather coming in, good decision by the Neosho administration and everybody involved to go ahead and play this on Thursday night. Matt, you do have your snow shovel out, right?
Yeah, I made sure I got it today.
Yeah, we've got it out and we've got it ready to go. Chris, let's talk about something else for just a minute or two, and then we'll get to the guys that are the 3-ball specialists. Coach Culp has said for years that a good JV team absolutely drives the varsity to be better. Is that right?
Oh, it is right. These guys practice a lot, and it's a long season, and you got to be able to give a look to your guys that are playing ahead of you, and you got to push them because those JV guys should have one thing in mind of trying to figure out how to get on the varsity floor. So, if you have a good JV team, you have quality practices consistently, and that makes both teams better.
Yeah, I think it really does, and we're very, very fortunate to have Drew Harmon, who is our JV coach. In fact, we're fortunate to have all of our coaches. Coach Culp has got Brock Franklin and Drew Harmon both as his assistants, and it just seems like the three of them work together like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, they all have their role, and, one thing's for sure, Brock went through the system playing for Coach Culp, and Coach Harmon was a good player himself at McDonald County. So those guys know what hard practices are about. And Coach Culp, his tutelage under Coach Horn really learned how to create hard practices. And that you got to push the kids to be better. And you do that only through practice. You're not going to get everything done in season, but that's where you set that culture of game culture that you have to play hard at all times.
Yeah, most absolutely. Well, let's talk about three ball for just a minute or two. We've seen in the last a couple of weeks a barrage of three balls. I mean, even the other night when we got beat by East Newton, Branscombe had 5 three balls, as did Asbury. Oliver Martin came in, and he was hot in the very first period. He ended up with about 17, but we didn't get the ball inside.
Yeah, I think when Neosho's at their best is when they have balance, where you get Zach involved inside, and then the three-point shooters out on the perimeter are hitting shots. Houston Branscombe getting into the lane. That's when you'll see the Wildcats be at their very, very best. But what we've seen the last couple weeks are teams are trying to take something away. McDonald County had 2 on Zach most of the night, and sometimes the idea is to make sure Caden doesn't get his shots. So those other guys have to contribute. But one constant that we hope we see a bounce-back game from Zach tonight, that we get a conscious effort to get the ball inside to him and get him back on track the way he was rolling earlier in the season. But eyeballs are on him. He's shooting 68% from the floor. Teams know it, and they're going to try to do everything they can to stop him.
Yeah, we continue to talk about this, but in this day and age, you don't meet someone halfway in between with a reel that's got a tape on it so they can go back and look at it with a huddle camera right up here above us. And with our broadcast the way it is, it's real easy to see who your next opponent's going to be and get a pretty good idea about them. And you're absolutely right. I think everybody in Southwest Missouri knows if we get the ball into Zach that we're going to score.
Yeah, and so you got to be a little bit more creative of how you get him the ball, maybe in transition, and get him quick touches and try to get him to the foul line. And there'll be adjustments that'll be made. The coaching staff will find ways to get him involved. But again, the Wildcats are way more efficient when those 5 that are out on the floor are each getting touches and they're getting good shots each time down the floor.
Yeah, they really are. It's going to be an exciting ball game tonight. Once again, this is the pregame show. It's brought to you by ProLube, the Tire and Auto Center. We're going to take another timeout. We'll be back with keys to the Cats and the starting lineups and much, much more. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back after this.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
At Calvary Neosho, we aren't your grandmother's church, because she lives in Akron, Ohio, and that would be a terribly long commute for church. But if she did live in Neosho, we at Calvary would be delighted to have her come visit us. And since you live here, we would definitely like you to come visit us. Then, when your Nana comes to visit for Christmas, you can bring her to church and introduce us to her. We're sure she is a delightful lady. You can find us at Facebook.com/Calvary of Neosho, or join us in person at 3650 Oak Ridge Extension. We gather for worship Sundays at 10:30 a.m. Calvary Neosho. Not your grandma's church, but we'd sure like to meet her.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
So, you believe in God. That means you'll go to heaven, right? Well, that depends on how you define the word believe. Billy Graham.
The Bible says the devil believes and trembles, but the devil's not going to heaven. You can believe in God. You can believe in Christ. You can believe in the church, you can believe in the Bible, but that won't get you to heaven. It's more than that. The word believe means to commit. It means to surrender. I'm asking you tonight to commit, to stand on, to receive Christ as your Lord and your Master and your Savior. Let Him forgive the past, give you a new dimension of living. Write your name on the book of life. Make sure you're going to heaven.
If you're ready to take that step and believe that Jesus is your Savior, let's talk now at 855-255-PRAY. 855-255-PRAY. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Hi, I'm Mark Taylor, General Manager of KNEO Radio and the CEO of the Sky High and Neosho Wildcats Broadcasting Network. As we bring you these high school sports broadcasts each week, there are additional hours and behind-the-scenes work that has to be done to bring you this broadcast. And there's more and more equipment needed with the expansion of the internet or radio broadcast equipment, social media, plus there's fees, announcer costs. It all can add up. If you're a business, we could use your sponsorship. And if not, we are a non-for-profit broadcaster, so your gift is tax deductible. With less sponsors, we have to cut back on how many games or events done, and if that number drops too low, then we have to make other changes. So we would appreciate and look forward to the opportunity to get your business, church, or yourself involved. Contact us to find out more by calling 417-451-5636 or go to kneo.org and contact us there. We will follow up.
Welcome back. We're going to, here at the field house, we're going to start this segment with Keys for the Cats. Keys for the Cats is sponsored by State Farm Agent Eric Norris in Neosho, located at 437 West Kohler Street in Neosho. Eric and his team offer a variety of insurance services for individuals and businesses. Learn more online at ericnorrisinsurance.com or by phone at 417-451-6666.
All right, and we're ready for Keys for the Cats. What do the Cats got to do in order to win tonight? Well, let's start off with the letter C. The Cats tonight can't rely on the three ball alone. Even though Branscombe and Asbury hit 5 3 balls each at East Newton, Spiva chipped in one as well. We've got to get the ball inside to Zach. That's what we were talking about earlier. Getting the ball inside to him does a couple of different things. It gives us automatic position on the boards, and it opens up the outside so we can hit the three ball. But let's start and let's get the ball inside to him. Let's get him back on track. D, let's dominate. This young ball club for the Wildcats over at Cassville has got a lot of young kids on. In fact, they've got a couple of freshmen that are playing. We're experienced. We have the ability. We know how to play this game. You know, I'll tell you something, Chris. Years ago, Mark Twain said, eat a live frog every morning. Anything that you do after that goes uphill. These cats, this group of Wildcats that we've got here in Neosho have been eating the live frog for a long time. It's time to go uphill. And let's show this group of young kids from Cassville, though they're really good and they're excited about what they're doing, what we're all about, and let's be a ball club that knows how to do it. Let's get Fisher and Forsyth involved in the ball game. Fisher didn't have a score last week against the East Newton Patriots. He had 6 trays against Lebanon. Those are the kind of things that we need. We've got to get him involved. We've got to get Zach involved and get them on the train. Those are 2 guys that I tapped tonight that if they have a good ball game, then we ought to win this ball game. And if we want to, after it's over with, we run across the street and hit the victory bell.
There you go.
Yeah. The last thing we've got to do is let's show them our speed. Let's start the ball game out quick. Let's get some scores quick. Let's take advantage of every opportunity that comes our way, and don't look back. Let's leave them in our dust.
I think that's great words of advice for tonight and getting off to a quick start, playing at home against a team that's a little smaller and younger. If you can get them down early, you can control the rest of the game.
Yeah, you really can. There's about 3 minutes and 19 seconds left. We're going to grab one more timeout. We will come back with the starting lineups, and we'll be ready to get this ball game underway. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. State Farm agent Eric Norris and his team are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call and saves you time and money. So go for the win and score big savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way to help life go right. Call State Farm agent Eric Norris at 417-451-6666 for more information. And go Wildcats!
A business impact partner of KNEO 91.7 FM is For State Printing in Anderson, Missouri. Serving the area since 1982, they specialize in screen and offset printing services and have promotional products. For State Printing also has a retail store, County Clothing Company, that offers McDonald County spiritwear and Christian apparel. More information at 417-845-6929 or online at forstateprinting.com.
Access Family Care serves all of your healthcare needs, from behavioral health to dental services to primary medical needs. AccessFamilyCare.org. Women's health, OBGYN services. AccessFamilyCare.org, with locations across Southwest Missouri. AccessFamilyCare.org. Quality, convenient healthcare. Access Family Care medical and dental clinics. Building relationships, providing great care.
And welcome back to Neosho, to the Wildcat Fieldhouse. John, Chris, and Matt with you. And we've got about a minute and a half before we get this ball game underway. Chris, tell us about the starters for Cassville.
Oh, you bet. Cassville comes in with a record of 7-9, coached by Mike Ray. They're led by Tyson Bomke. He's their lone senior on the roster, averaging around 12 points per game. He'll be joined by guard Chaney Kelly. He's a junior, averaging about 3 points a game, along with Mason Bryan, another junior. He's 5'11", around 7 points a game. And then two freshmen, Aiden Whittington, he's a 6 foot, averaging in double figures, around 11. And then Spencer Drollinger's a 6 foot freshman, averaging about 5 points a game as well. So Bomke, Kelly, Mason Bryan, Whittington, and Drollinger for the Wildcats.
All right, and for your Neosho Wildcats, coached by Zane Culp, he's assisted by Drew Harmon and Brock Franklin. They come in with a record of 12-3, and it's going to be the same group that we've had from the beginning. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. A junior, Houston Granscom, he had 5 threes the other night. He wears number 0. Jaden Fisher, another senior, at a ball game just a week or so ago, he had 6 threes, and also he has that opportunity to go in on the baseline and put that little floater up there. He wears number 1. Caden Asbury, who's been the high scorer for the Wildcats, also in his senior year, he wears number 2. He had 18, and he had 5 threes the other night against East Newton. Oliver Martin, a senior, wears number 3, and he started the ball game hot. He had 9 points in the first, and then Zach Forsythe, number 35. We're getting ready to stand up and honor our country with the national anthem, and then we'll get this ball game underway. and there we go. What a great, great rendition of our national anthem. What a great way to honor our country before we get this ball game underway. Now we will have the PA announcer that will announce the starters, and we'll get this ball game underway. Chris, we talked about we got to get out and we got to get going fast and we've got to get going early. Does that mean we need to jump out there and hit the fast break, getting going from the very beginning?
Yeah, absolutely. I think pace is key. Good defensive pressure on the ball and get some stops on the defensive end and then get out and run. Take quality shots on the offensive end. Get Zach involved as quick as we can in the game and try to get an early lead on a young Cassville Wildcat team.
Yeah, they're not only young, but as you said earlier, they're not very tall, and I think you can look for the Cats to play in their very favorite comfort defense, which is man-to-man. Now, we have seen them change in midstream and go to zone, but the mismatches that we'll have, I believe we'll start out man-to-man, and we'll continue to be that way.
Yeah, I think so, as long as you can stay out of foul trouble and get stops. A lot of times the switch is when the opponent gets comfortable in what they're seeing, and they're having some success and they get comfortable, so you change it up. We'll see if they also try to throw in their half-court trap some and use the athleticism against this younger Cassville team again to try to get some turnovers and create some fast break points.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting ball game. And, hey, we want to tell everybody that Monday and Tuesday, of course, we said we've got Glendale in town. The next week we will have 4 ball games, so there's a whole lot of basketball to play as we count down towards district playoffs. And we've got some kids from Crowder that come over to our house about once a month. Do you realize they will be playing baseball the 29th of January?
Yeah, they might want to pull out the long johns for that one, as the way it looks. But we'll, Coach Walleman, he always gets them. He's ready to play anytime, And
yeah.
I'm sure they're going to be as solid as ever because they do a great job at Crowder College.
Dunninger is up in the center, and he will go up against Zach Forsythe, and we'll get ready to throw the ball up, and we'll get this ball game underway. Glad to have you with us. Thank you for all of our sponsors who have helped us off. And the ball goes all the way back around to Houston Branscombe. He brings the ball across the timeline, and he's at the top of the key. He gets the ball over to Asbury. Asbury all the way over to Fisher. Fisher looks like he wanted to shoot the 3 ball, but he was tied up. And we see it already. We've got Forsythe over here in the far corner. He was wide open just a minute ago, and I think we'll continue to see that. Looks like that person guarding him gives away about 8 inches, it looks like to me, Chris.
Yeah, they've opened up in a 1-3-1 half court. They're trying to trap in the corners, but they're going to try to make sure they know where Zach Forsythe is.
There's one from downtown. Bam! And there's Asbury for 3. So the Cats go up by 3-0. There's 7:14 left in the first period of play.
Neosho in their standard man-to-man defense and putting ball pressure on to get started.
As we said, there's some young kids on this ball club, and that's what we're seeing. Number 24, and there's a ball that is up and gone. Number 24 picks it up, and that is another freshman. That is Whittington, but the Cats take it away. Oliver Martin grabs a loose ball, and he goes in, gets the ball over to Zach. Zach whirls around, puts it up, and it doesn't go. He's got it again, and he gets fouled.
That was just in good position. He took it right off the rim after he missed the first, kept the ball up nice and high, and got fouled. And that's what we need Zach. We need him to have the ball in his hands a little bit early on, going to the line shooting too.
Well, we keys to the Cats, and that foul was on number 32, which was Dorninger. And Zach gets the first one, but that's what we talked about, getting the ball inside. We've also got position, and Zach was able to put it back up a couple of times. Cats are up by a score of 4-0. The next one's up, and it's rebounded by number 32. And the Cats are immediately on top of them. Number 24, Whittington, the other freshman, he is at the top of the key. He spins around, looks for someone to throw to.
And Neosho in their 1-2-2 trying to do something different off of misses. So trying to show different defenses.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And, I'm not sure. I keep thinking I want to ask Coach, what is the cue that makes them change? I'm sure there's a key out there that says what they need to do. right now the Cats are being very disciplined, and there's a mistake by Cassville.
Well, John, what some teams will do is on misses play one defense and after makes play a different. So they might be playing man on makes and zone on misses. And against a young team, that's good strategy because they're unsure what they're seeing.
Yeah, they very much are. Fisher brings the ball in over on the far side. He gets it to Branscombe. Branscombe out to Asbury. Fisher over in the corner. They get the ball into Zach, and he puts it up, and he's fouled again.
That foul is going to go against Mason Bryan, I believe. We'll see if that's who they got him. Nope, actually is on Cheney Kelly, his first, and that's a team second personal foul. Forsyth back to the line shooting 2.
Here's the first one. It's up and does not go. You know, I tell you, there's just something about big guys. They have trouble shooting free throws, don't they?
Sometimes, you know, but Zach's been pretty solid through the year. He just had a couple go in and out this first couple.
Yeah,
and again, so it's kind of off to a rough start from the line.
Yeah, and we'll settle down here in just a minute. I feel very certain of that. But free throws for the Cats. The Cats are a lot better free throw shooting team this year than they were last year, that's for sure. In fact, we've had some ball games that we've won basically because of free throws. And Zach gets a free throw, or gets the rebound, and there's a foul. And let's see who that one's on.
Looks like that one is on Aiden Winnington. That's his first. Team foul 3. So we're approaching bonus very quickly here in the first quarter. Third personal with 5:20 left in the quarter.
Now here comes Branscombe across the top of the timeline, and there's the ball into Asbury. Asbury all the way over to Branscombe in the corner. Gets the ball into Zach, and Zach, oh my goodness. A jump ball. Now, I'm not real sure about that, but that's okay. They're down there. I'm not. But it looked like that number 20 jumped up and just fell right on top of Brian. It fell on top of Zach, and the official didn't call it, but it's a jump ball, and the arrow goes to Cassville.
Mason Spiva checks in for Forsyth there at the 5-minute mark for Neosho.
There we go right there. The official saw 2 of them getting after it, and he's telling both of them to settle down.
We'll see if we have a double foul on this situation.
Yes, yeah, we do. Number 24 and number 10.
That's the second foul on Whittington, and Mason Spiva picks up his first. That's a jump ball situation where alternating possession, so it'll remain.
Well, it should go to the Cats.
Should go to the Cats, yeah.
I think that was on 32.
Was it?
Yeah.
So on 32, okay. So that was Drollinger's second, still just 1 for Whittington, and Spiva's first personal.
Yeah, I tell you what, Spiva has gained about 3 inches, not only straight up and down, but he's picked up some weight too, and obviously he was real good for us playing football as a wide receiver, so it does not surprise me that he gets in there and he's that hard-nosed to begin with in the ball game.
Good kick out, missed 3, and we got another foul, and that's going to go on Mason Spiva.
Going to go on Spiva again. That's 2 in a row for him. Kelly shot that ball from almost over at the scorer's desk. And
so Haven Plummer's going to come back in now for Mason Spiva, and the Cats have gone small. This is their small lineup for sure out there with 5 guards on the floor.
Yeah, it is. It certainly is. And we were mentioning that Plummer is getting some opportunities for JV as well. He's going to be a real contributor. And there's a foul, and that one is going to be on him, I believe.
Yeah, that'll be his first personal, team foul number 3. So kind of sloppy on the foul front to start this game. Halfway through the first quarter, 7 total fouls. Teams need to adjust.
Yeah, the Cats have gone for a while without a score. We need to get back up there. The score is still 4-0, just exactly like it was. And here we go. And here comes Fisher, and he's there by himself, and he puts it up, and it's good.
Just good ball pressure, tapped it away, and Jaden cleaned up the mess and went coast to coast to get us off that skid. 6-point lead for the Wildcats.
Well, we saw in the JV game, it looked like that the JV was well ahead. As in 18 points at one time, but Cassville fought back, and there's a foul on Branscombe. They fought back, and I believe the final score of the ball game, they were within 10.
Yeah, I think it ended up 62-51. It's a pretty high-scoring game for a JV game, and they never gave up. So that's now team foul number 4, Branscombe's first personal here in the first quarter. Cats are just being super aggressive, but it's causing the whistle to be blown.
That ball went up. Number 24, there's another one, and that's going to be on Plummer, I'm afraid. And number 24 is Whittington. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And that's 2 personal fouls on Haven.
And just like that, the Neosho Cats have got 5 fouls, so they'll be in the penalty for the rest of the 3 minutes and 46 seconds in the first period. There's the first one. It's up and good.
Zach Forsyth back into the game for Haven Plummer. And we'll need to see Neosho kind of settle in and adjust to the officiating. They're calling it pretty tight here in the first quarter. I think that's just an adjustment from wanting to be super aggressive, get some turnovers. They got to scale it back a little.
Yeah, Martin comes down with a rebound that time. You're exactly right. That little scuffle between Spiva and one of theirs earlier, I believe the officials are sending a little message, and that's all right. That's exactly what needs to be done sometimes. The officials need to let everybody know who's in control of the ball game.
Another offensive rebound, and they're really getting into the loose balls right now. It's about the 3rd or 4th offensive rebound here in the first quarter.
That number 15, I'm not real sure who that is.
I think that's Carlos Barrientos.
Okay. There's a 3-ball by Fisher. It's not good. Branscombe had come down with it, and they get the ball into Zach, and he's good.
Good pass there, and a quick timeout for Cassville.
Yeah, that was a nice pass in there by Oliver Martin to do what he really likes to do most. You feed in to the center.
Oh, it's actually an official timeout, not a timeout.
It looks like it is.
It looked like Caden Asbury limping over to the sideline and kind of maybe tweaked an ankle.
Yeah, that's possible. That's possible, and Plummer back in the ball game for the Cats. Oh, nice job by Zach. He said, just no way, little guy, and got stuffed the ball. Ball goes into Zach, and it's good.
That's where Neosho's at their best, when they get the dribble penetration, look for Zach or the finish at the rim, and that was another great assist on that play.
Yeah, Martin is the guy. He'll have 10 or 12, and there is 2 points.
That was Barrientos.
Yeah, he will have 10 or 12 assists during the ball game, and he's in there for just that. Branscombe for 3. Good! Damn!
Catch and shoot. He had his feet set. Good pass. Didn't hesitate. Drained it to the bottom of the net.
Great look that time. Cats are up by 10, 13-3. A minute 56 left in the first period of play. Nice defensive play that time by Zach in order to step in and keep their big man from getting in, but there's a foul on the play. It looks like that is going to be on Martin. And that is going to take Whittington to the line. He is 1 for 2 from the free throw line.
He's just a freshman, and he's made his mark here in the first quarter with several rebounds, and he's got a really good pump fake in the lane. You got to stay down on the ground against him and not go for the pump fake, but a good-looking freshman.
Second one's not good. There's a 3-ball up, and it's no good. Martin comes down with a rebound.
Cassville getting a lot of second chance points. I'm sure that'll be a point of discussion in the huddle between quarters of boxing out and getting those loose balls.
And there's Martin for a 3-ball, and it's no good. Zach comes up with the rebound and loses it. Loses over to Carlos Barrentos. And there's a minute left in the ball game, and Cassville seems to be very comfortable with just passing the ball around.
Typical Mike Ray type of offense of the five-man motion and getting the ball around and looking for cutters, but another missed three, another rebound by Plummer.
Plummer comes up with the rebound. Martin looks like he's going to go in, but there is an open three shot, and it does not go by Fisher. .27 seconds left in the first period of the play. Cats are up 13-3.
You know, the defense has been solid other than a few fouls here and there. Not a lot of drives into the lane for Cassville here in the first quarter.
Well, there is a three ball that's up and no good. Plummer comes down with a rebound again. And he tries to get the ball over to Fisher, but it's knocked out of bounds. So the Cats will bring it in underneath their own basket.
3 rebounds for Haven off the bench. He's done a good job getting those loose balls and keeping the Wildcats from Cassville off the offensive glass.
Asbury getting ready, and Branscombe is way out. They get the ball in, and there's a three ball by Branscombe from downtown. Boom! Boom! Perfect timing on that, and the Cats go up 16-3. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Joe Ringstaff, your Neosho Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Joe Ringstaff is a proud sponsor of the Neosho Wildcats on KNEO. For all your investment needs, call 417-451-7789 or stop by the office at 2502 Lusk Drive, Suite D in Neosho. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
This is Pastor Barry Reel from the First Free Will Baptist Church of Neosho. Though our culture seems to be rejecting the idea of truth, we remain committed to obeying God's Word by speaking the truth in love. We would love to share God's truth and love with you. We're located at 960 Burr Crossing Road in Neosho, and we meet on Sunday mornings at 10:40.
Welcome back. We're ready to start the second period of play, but let's thank some of our sponsors. We want to thank Josh Dodson, the Farm Bureau agent, Family Market, a portable propane, Show Me Realty, Edgewood Bowl, Chapman Sawmill, and Hardwood Lumber, and Free Market Physician Health Care. We'll be ready to start the ball game. The Cats will bring the ball in, and looks like Mason Spiva is back in the ball game, and he gets it into Oliver Martin. Martin up across the top of the key. Branscombe comes through a whole mess of people, and he gets to the top of the key. Gets the ball to Forsythe, and he just kind of dribbles around, and he just goes in and up and good.
Great patience by Zach as he just worked his man down and got to the rim. Good 2 points to start the quarter. Biggest lead of the night at 15.
Yeah, I tell you, when you've got a big guy that knows how to use his body the way Zach does, then good things happen. And you know he does that on the defensive end of the floor as well, and you'll see him block out, and he may block out a couple at a time instead of just one person.
Yep, got a hand on the ball there. Wildcats from Neosho doing a great job of just defending the cutters, and a lot of three balls for Cassville here in the first half.
Zach gets the rebound. They've shot it off by Bunky. There's the three ball that's an air ball. Looks like it come up with Asbury, and Zach gets it again. Does not go in. The Cats had 3 opportunities that time to be able to put the ball in. Branscombe shot once. Zach shot once. And here come the Cassville Wildcats.
I'm sure one thing that was discussed at the end of the first quarter was play defense without fouling, and then also make sure you secure the defensive rebounds.
Yeah. Asbury just stepped right in the middle of the passing lane that time, and he gets the ball into Branscombe, and he scores for 2.
Great patience by Caden Asbury. Just let the play develop. Nice bounce pass to Houston for 2.
It was a really, really nice pass, and this thing about this ball club, Chris, is they are so unselfish. They will see a mismatch. Instead of taking the ball to the hole, they'll pass it off and be able to make the points.
Well, you got Caden Asbury, who's your leading scorer, but he's also out there taking on their best player. So nothing's going to go on Mason Spiva, his third, team's first. So Mason getting himself in a little bit of foul trouble here in the first half.
You know, Mason has a tendency to do that, and he'll settle down here in just a little bit, but we're going to take out a couple now. Branscombe and Martin will sit down for just a minute. And we've got Plummer and Spiva still in the ball game. Asbury comes up. No, it wasn't Asbury. That was Zach that came up with the rebound. He got the ball over to Asbury. Asbury at the top of the key. He dribbles around. There's a three ball. Boom! Bam! And the Cats are hot. The score now is 23-3 in favor of the Neosho Wildcats over the Cassville Wildcats. 5:32 left in the first half.
Caden's had a very nice half and another steal on a breakaway.
There's another steal. And beautiful. Nice play by Asbury that time, and we're going to call another timeout. I believe it's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll thank some more of our sponsors. We, of course, want to thank the Neosho School District for everything they do in order to provide not only good athletics, but a great academic program for each one of our athletes and all the people that go to Neosho schools. People's Bank of Seneca, Missouri Southern State University, Big Right Equipment Rental, Compton CPA Group, First Community Bank, 86 Mini Storage, ProLube Tire and Auto Center, Southwest Missouri Bank, as we said earlier, Josh Dodson, our Farm Bureau agent, and Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. By the way, stay tuned at halftime for the halftime show that is brought to you by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and if things continue to go the way they are, it's going to be a great halftime, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah, great start here in the second quarter. Playing defense without fouling, getting some turnovers, and Caden Asbury hitting a three and getting an easy bucket to spread this lead out.
Yeah. And there's a three ball up, and it's no good, and Forsythe comes down with a rebound. He gets it over to Plummer. Here comes Plummer and the Wildcats. Gets it over to Asbury. Another three ball doesn't go, but there's Fisher right there and puts it in for two.
So you see a lot of those loose balls going the Neosho Wildcat way right now.
Yes, you do.
And it's just problematic for Cassville. They really don't have an answer right now.
Yeah, Plummer thought he was going to get in and get that ball. It was up, and that score was by number 24, and that is Whittington. He's got 3 points for the night.
Nice little pump fake and got into the lane. Good play by Cassville that time.
They're triple teaming Zach, and he puts it up, and Cats get the ball back. There's Spiva over to Asbury in this corner. He decides, well, I'll shoot the three ball. He goes up, and it's no good. Fisher comes up with the rebound and puts it back in.
Rebounding is way better here in the second quarter. 2 offensive rebounds in a row for Jaden Fisher and 4 points there in the last couple trips.
29-5, 4 minutes and 2 seconds left at halftime. Cassville with the ball, and the Cats defense being very patient. There's a ball, three ball from downtown, and
I believe it hit up above
yeah, it did. It hit above you. You never know from one time to the next exactly how that's going to be played, but the right call was made that time. It hit the top of the backboard, and the Cats have got the ball. Forsythe is going to go sit down for just a minute. Now we've got our, what'd you say, small set in?
Yeah, the smallest lineup.
5 guards, yeah.
5 guards there, and match up pretty well against Cassville, and we'll see what they do in running a play for Jaden for 3.
There's 3, and Fisher is hot. That is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 for Fisher.
Well, you said one of the keys was him getting going tonight.
Yes,
He's had
it was.
a solid first half.
Yeah, 32-5 in favor of the Cats. 3:18 left on the clock. There has been, Chris, 1 foul. There's the second foul called in this half so far. And that one looks like it is going to be on Fisher.
Yeah, that's for Jaden, that's just his first. And team second here in the quarter. So just the only foul trouble right now is Mason with 3 here in the first half.
Spencer Dollinger, the freshman, will go to the line, and he'll shoot 2.
So another freshman here at the line. He's a lefty, shooting 2.
I'll tell you what, in Neosho's history, there's been a lot of pure lefties that were shooters. Tony Bussey comes to mind for one, and he played left-handed, and he was just a natural.
Well, they always say the lefties, which I'm one, also have the prettiest baseball swings, and then a lot of great lefty shooters out there. I don't know what it is, maybe just the way it comes off the arm or the way it lines up, but you're right. It just looks good coming off a lefty's hand.
It really was. We got here early, and we only tried to get the ball in, and they did. And Branscombe gets it back himself, and he picks up 2.
Again, another loose ball that they were able to gobble up and get into the lane and 2 more points. So really putting a lot of points up here in the second quarter.
And that is exactly what we talked about that we need to do. Asbury steals the ball, and he puts it up, and it's good. So Asbury picks up another 2. That's 10 points for him.
We're saying a 20-point second quarter right now. The ball just lead up to 29. So Cats are getting some turnovers and a lot of easy baskets.
Spiva and Forsythe getting ready to come in, and there's a 3 ball from downtown, and that was number 33.
Jaden Ritchie, I believe. He was hitting some in the JV, and he's getting some minutes here in the varsity game.
And there's a foul, and it is going to be on the floor, but that foul is on
Mason Bryan. That's
Nathan Bryan, but Martin does what he does very best, which is go to the hole. He goes to the hole, and as we've said before, we get into the inside, good things happen. You either score or you get fouled. And that's exactly what happened. Branscombe, there's Spiva for a 3 ball. It does not go in. And the Cassville Cats come up with a rebound. There's another 3 ball, and that one's good.
That's Drollinger again. That lefty from the corner cuts the lead to 23.
And the minute 21 left, and Martin tries to go in, and he does, and he scores, and he will have the and one.
Strong drive that time going up with the left hand, and that's going to be on.
You know, in Neosho's past, we've had quite a few what I call acrobats, and that's exactly, Martin is one of them. If it's at all possible, he's going to go to the hole, and he's going to put the ball up. There's one up, and it's good. So the 3-point is completed, and the Cats 39-13, a minute 16 left in the first half.
That last foul was on Aiden Whittington, his second for Cassville.
Oh, there was a walk.
Looked like it.
Yeah, and that's number 33 that got in here, but I believe that was Spiva that came down with that 3. And there's a 3 ball from him, and it's good.
There we go.
He gets the rebound, comes down to the other end, is fed by Branscombe, and the 3 ball's up. 42-13 in favor of the Cats. There's a 3 ball that's up by Cassville, and Neosho comes up with a rebound, and here comes Martin again. Gets the ball into Zach. Zach puts it up over, and it's good. You know, Zach has developed that little shot where he just kind of puts it up over his back, comes underneath the basket, and his repertoire continues to be great. So
that personal foul on Barrientos, his first and third team, but Zach will go to the line, try to complete the 3-point play. Lead back up to 31, which matches the biggest of the first half.
That one's good. 11 points for Forsythe in the first half. We've got 3 Cats in double figures already.
Well, an impressive second quarter, scoring. We're at 29 points here in the second quarter and just kind of took complete control of this ball game.
Yeah, they sure have. And there is ball, and that is Barrientos, and he scores for the second time. And here comes Hayden Plummer, and it does not go in, but he gets his own rebound, and the ball goes up, and it's not going to be counted. So the Cats are up by a score of 45-15. Stay tuned for the Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine halftime. We'll be back after this. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO Neosho Wildcats Sports Network.
This is Pastor Barry Reel from the First Free Will Baptist Church of Neosho. Though our culture seems to be rejecting the idea of truth, we remain committed to obeying God's Word by speaking the truth in love. We would love to share God's truth and love with you. We're located at 960 Burr Crossing Road in Neosho, and we meet on Sunday mornings at 10:45 a.m. and then again on Sunday and Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Find us on Facebook at First Free Will Baptist Neosho or call 918-413-5465.
Hi, I'm Sam O'Neill with Portable Propane of Neosho. From setting tanks to refilling them, we offer a full spectrum of service to meet your every need. We serve Neosho and surrounding areas, and we are committed to giving you better service at better prices. Give us a call today, 417-437-8927. Thank you.
Forbes asked, and the people answered. Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance is one of America's best insurance companies. Forbes recognizes what our customers have known for generations. We are committed to protecting families and the lives they built. For auto, home, life, and business protection, call Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. We've got Missouri covered.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
Want to know what your home is worth? Stop by to get a free competitive market analysis with Show Me Real Estate of Neosho. They're proud to serve the Neosho area and will stay with you every step of the way, whether you're buying or selling. A family-owned business for over 25 years, Show Me Real Estate of Neosho. 417-451-1700 or by email at gkitchen.showmerealestate@gmail.com. Home of the Happy Campers.
Welcome back to the Wildcat Fieldhouse and the Battle of the Wildcats. The Neosho Wildcats are winning by a score of 45-15, and it was a pretty dynamic second quarter for the Cats, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, put up 29 points, and Cassville got it going a little bit with 12 after a tough start for them with just 3 points in the first quarter, but lots of turnovers in the second quarter, hit some threes, saw the Cats get going the way that we've seen them most of the year, just good balance inside and outside and a few layups sprinkled in from some turnovers. So commanding 30-point lead. Key is those first 3 minutes coming out of the locker room to make sure you put the final nail in the coffin.
Absolutely, and as far as scoring is concerned, Houston Branscombe has 10. He's had 2 3 balls. Jaden Fisher's had a 3 ball, and he's had 1, 2, 3 putbacks. He has 9 points. Asbury has 10 points. Oliver Martin comes in with 2. Zach, being where he needs to be, has got 11, and Mason Spiva has 1. As far as the Cassville Wildcats are concerned, Whittington has 3. Dolinger has 2. Carlos Bendiso?
Barrientos,
okay, he has 7, and then Richie comes in and he has 3. What are we looking at as far as rebounds and fouls are concerned?
Well, the only foul troubles, Mason Spiva, who picked up those 3 in the first half. Haven Plummer has 2, no more than with 1. Zach Forsyth leads in rebounding with 6 rebounds, but good job by Haven Plummer, came in off the bench with 5 rebounds, and Oliver Morton with 4. And as we said, we said at the end of the first quarter, rebounding was an issue in quarter number 1. It was clear domination in the second quarter. Neosho overwhelmed Cassville, and you just saw the youth of Cassville and the inexperience have a hard time with the ball pressure. The future's bright for them, but it's a tough environment to come in against the COC school that's experienced the way that Neosho is. and the second quarter just was overwhelming for them.
Yeah, it really was. And as far as things are concerned, we certainly both teams got into foul trouble in the first quarter, but the second quarter, I think there were 2 fouls called. I think the officials sent a message that first quarter. They let everybody know who's going to be in complete control, and they watched it pretty well after that. So, and that's made the ball game go just a little bit faster. I mean, we started about 7 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock now. In fact, we may have started about 7:15, 7:40, and it is 8 o'clock, so the halftime is over. If the Cats continue to do what they're doing, we could very well see a running clock in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and what you want to see here is you want to see that continued balance. And what coaches look for in a blowout like this is they're still working on things. They want to make sure that you execute coming out of the locker room, because that creates habits for games. You want to work on some things before that Glendale game coming up on Tuesday. Then in the fourth quarter, you'll see some JV kids get some playing time, and hopefully with a running clock if you take care of business in the third quarter.
Yeah, we're going to take one more time out. We've got about 4 minutes before we come back. Your Neosho Wildcats are up by a score of 45-15 over the Cassville Wildcats. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Chapman Sawmill and Hardwood Lumber is located at 17402 Kentucky Road in Neosho. They specialize in custom woodworking, wide plank flooring, and custom sawing. They make headboards, dining tables, coffee tables, and even stairs for a staircase. For more information and see some of their work and get pricing, call 417-438-5507.
Healthcare doesn't have to be complicated. At the Free Market Physician in Neosho, you pay just one affordable monthly fee, and that covers all the checkups and routine care you need. No insurance hassles, no surprise bills, just unlimited access to your doctor when you need them. Whether it's a quick visit, telemedicine, or ongoing care, you're covered. Find out how simple healthcare can be. Call 417-312-9499 or visit freemarketphysicians.com. That's 417-312-9499.
Tally Tire at 18152 East Highway 86 is a proud supporter of local high school athletics. Tally Tire is your full-service car and truck headquarters. They carry name-brand tires such as Nexen, Mastercraft, and Uniroyal, ATC camper shells and bed covers, and do oil changes and tune-ups. Call Tally Tire today for all your automotive needs at 417-451-0457 or online at tallytire.com.
Welcome back. We've got about 2 minutes and 36 seconds left before we get the second half started. Chris, as a coach, a lead like this is kind of a bittersweet pill. First of all, you're certainly happy that you're playing the way that you are and the kids are reacting the way they are, and they're certainly dominating, but what about the chance of being a little bit lackadaisical now because we've got a lead like this?
Well, that's what you want to focus those first 3 minutes coming out of the locker room. And we've seen some games for the Cats this year where they had a big halftime lead, and they've done pretty well, with solid guard play. And, you got to remember, we start the gauntlet coming back on Tuesday against Glendale. Also, this is a rebound game. You want to start feeling good about yourself and get that confidence back after a loss on the road to East Newton. So I think there's more happy than worry right now. But you come out and you do some good things. Try not to play sloppy those first half of the third quarter, and then have a little fun in the fourth quarter as you finish it off.
Well, knowing Coach Ray the way that we know Coach Ray, he is not willing to give up at any given point, is he?
No, this is still an opportunity for them for improvement, because he's probably telling them, hey, we knew tonight was going to be tough physically and that we were outgunned a little bit, but we've got to continue to work on things. Every opportunity those young kids get to play defense or box a bigger, stronger kid out, that's an opportunity to improve. And I'm sure he's going into the locker room as if it was a 2-point game, but he has some goals. He's looking to see who's going to continue to fight.
Yeah, looks like we've got about a minute left. We will take one more timeout, and we'll be back with the second half. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
The law offices of Wood & Peterson is sponsoring this portion of Neosho Wildcat Athletics. Located at 217 South Lafayette, Neosho, and 431 Virginia Avenue in Joplin. They serve Southwest Missouri with personal claim representation. For more information, the phone number is 417-451-4141 or online at neoshoattorney.com. The law offices of Wood & Peterson are proud supporters of the Neosho Wildcats.
We're getting ready to start the second half of play. Neosho Wildcats are getting ready to come out. We've got some JVers out there that are shooting the ball right now. Coach Ray has got his team over there on the side, and we were just talking about the fact that Neosho, even though we're not a really, really big team by any circumstances, and we'll find that out when we get into the gauntlet of the COC, we look head and shoulders above these kids from Cassville, don't we?
Yeah, and you can tell when you look at the shoulders and the thighs and some of those things just physically how, and Cassville's young. They've got 13 out of their 19 on the roster, or 18 out of the roster, are freshmen or sophomores.
That's right.
And it's going to take them a season to start maturing. Some of them don't even have hair on their legs yet. They're going to grow up and they're going to get better. And this experience, although tough tonight, is going to help them down the road.
Yeah, we've started the second half of play for the Cats. It is Forsyth, Martin, Asbury, Fisher, and Branscombe. First rebound is picked up by
Caden Asbury.
Caden Asbury, yeah. I had to stop and look for just a minute because he got busted just a little bit as he was coming back around, but Cassville threw the ball out of bounds, and Fisher is going to inbound it underneath the Cassville basket, and here comes Branscombe.
So what you want to have right here is you want to execute what was discussed at halftime, a couple good sets, make sure you get good shots.
There's a three ball, and there it is. Asbury just starts out from downtown and a three ball.
They ran a play for Asbury, got the ball reversed, and he didn't hesitate, pulled the trigger right in rhythm.
And I believe we'll see probably a little bit more of that during this third period of play. There's a three ball that's up, and it's going to be a air ball, and the Cats will get the ball, and they'll bring it back in. The ball was shot by Whittington that time. Fisher inbounds the ball to Branscombe. Branscombe taking his time, coming down across the timeline. There's no pressure put on. The ball gets inside to Zach, and there's another three ball by Food. And again, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 for three balls for Asbury, 51-15 in favor of the Neosho Wildcats.
Ran the same play, and
here comes Asbury again, and he jumps in and he gets the breakaway, picks up another two.
So if you wanted to come out fast out of the locker room, Asbury with 8, that'll do it. Biggest lead of the night.
Yes, it is. And the Cats pick up the ball. Martin gets the loose ball that time, gets it to Zach. Zach gets it, and he gets it over to Fisher. Fisher for three, and it doesn't go. Zach gets the rebound, and he loses it. And he loses it to Brian.
7th rebound on the night for Zach. He just brought the ball down that time and got it stripped away.
And nice shot by Whittington that time, comes in and he picks up two. 53-17 in favor of the Cats. 5:55 left in the third period of play. Branscombe brings the ball across, gets it to Zach on the outside, and there's a jump ball. I'm not sure what happened, but Asbury looked like he slipped there.
Yeah, he did. Might be some water bottle from the Neosho sideline, or you never know over there by the sideline, but he lost his footing and held ball, but it's Neosho basketball.
Yeah. As he gets the ball back across to Martin. Martin picks up and he scores.
When
Oliver picked up his 4th point of the night.
When he does the little things and a couple dribbles and takes it extremely hard, he's good at getting fouled or getting to the rim. He needs to keep that up as we move forward in January and February.
Yeah, there was another block by Zach. And there was Martin got ahead of himself just a little bit that time and fell down, but there's going to be a foul. And foul for Dollinger.
Yep, that's his 3rd personal, team first. Barrientos back in the game, Dollinger out.
Wildcats get the ball into Branscombe. He's going to come down across the timeline, and he gets ready to set up, and he's going to go in himself and get the ball to Fisher for 3, and it doesn't go.
In and out, just touched every part of the rim. Another steal for Asbury. Nice, unselfish play to Fisher.
Nice play. Yeah, that was a great play by Asbury and Fisher both that time. Branscombe down with the rebound. And he brings it across the timeline to the top of the key. He's dribbling back and forth over to Fisher. Fisher back over to Martin on the far inside. Martin back to Asbury, and there's a 3 ball. It does not go, but picked up by Forsythe, and that little hook, floating hook is something, isn't it, Chris?
It is. Yeah, and he gets that going. He's really tough inside. That's now 8 rebounds for Forsythe on the night.
Yeah, 2 more, and unofficially he will have, that's why we say unofficially when you don't know for sure, he'll have a double-double. He got the ball into Fisher, and it's up and in.
We said they needed to come out strong, and they've outscored the Cassville Wildcats by 12, and another timeout.
Yeah, it's going to be a timeout, and we will take a timeout with it. We'll be right back here watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
Joe Meeker, your shelter insurance agent for State Printing, the Big Nickel, Banner Church of the Nazarene, CareNet Pregnancy Center, and Christian Healthcare Ministry all combined to bring you the ball game tonight. So go by and tell those folks how much you really appreciate the fact that you can sit at home and watch and cheer on your Neosho Wildcats.
Cohen DePoe in for Neosho, his first action for the night. And Mason Spiva back in as well, along with Haven Plummer. So you're going to see a few more Wildcats get some minutes here with the big lead.
Yeah, I'll tell you, when Neosho came away from the Pea Ridge tournament and Martin and Spiva were both hurt, Plummer and DePoe really stepped up and played some nice ball for the Cats.
There's another steal, and here comes Oliver Martin. He was thinking about trying to dunk it.
He did. He thought I'm going to do this, because he did that in practice a little while ago, and it just didn't go in.
He's got a big smile on his face. He's like, yeah, I kind of messed that one up, but we'll go back and play some defense.
Yeah, 61-17, 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third period of play. And there is a 3 ball from downtown, and that was good by Whittington.
You know, he's played super hard tonight. A lot of offensive rebounds, scoring a little bit. Really a good-looking freshman. His future's bright.
Spiva from the corner downtown. It's up and bounces around and goes in. Now, let's do that real quick and let's get going, because that ball hit the top of the backboard too.
So that's his second of the night, and he's really going to be a key off the bench moving forward to give that bench scoring that Neosho needs each night when they get into the COC.
Yeah, there's into number 10, Thomas, and then he makes it.
He's been awful quiet tonight, their best player. We've really held him in check. There's a shot by Oliver Martin, no good, and Barrientos with the rebound.
Yeah, the Cats were not underneath the bucket at all. There was 2 black shirt Cats that time pick up that rebound. And Cassville continues to pass the ball around. They just almost lose the ball. And there's Barrientos, and that's 3 balls no good. Rebound by Asbury. Comes down across the timeline, gets the ball over to DePoe for the 3 ball, and it doesn't go.
Barrientos with another rebound, his 4th rather, for the evening.
Well, Mason Spiva, after getting those 3 fouls, he's played a little bit tentative, but it's not hurt his defense just a whole lot, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's been.
And there's a foul on DePoe.
Staying out of getting that 4th foul, that's when you start thinking about a lot of bench time. So he's been able to avoid any more fouls. Here comes Jaden Fisher back in for Oliver Martin checking in. That's first foul on Cohen DePoe, just the first team foul.
Yeah, so there's 1:28 left, and there's been 2 fouls called so far in this quarter. And Cassville gets the ball, and Asbury picks it up. He takes it over to Fisher. Fisher puts it up, and it's good.
Another assist. We've had that 3 or 4 times tonight from Asbury to Fisher. Fisher doing a good job running the floor, and Caden finding the open man.
Well, I tell you what, they do a good job of feeding off of each other. I mean, there's more times than not, I've seen Fisher get the ball to the inside, and there's 2 people open. He throws it to Asbury, 3-point, and he scores.
They've played a lot of basketball together through the years. Started when they were young boys. Jaden missed a couple years moving away, but it's just like, came right back together with their chemistry. They've had it for a long time.
They sure have. Asbury up with a 3 ball, does not go. Cassville comes down. 47 seconds left, and that ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to be a Cats ball. 45 seconds left, 66-22 in favor of your Neosho Wildcats over the Cassville Wildcats.
You know what Mike Ray will say after tonight's game is saying, hey, that's what 6A basketball looks like, and the bodies and things like that. He'll talk to his younger kids of that's why we got to have off-season work, get bigger, stronger, faster, and work on our skills to be able to compete.
Yes, sir. There's a 3 ball from Spiva. It's good.
His 3rd tonight.
69-22 in favor of the Cats. 19 seconds left. And with 8 seconds left, the Cats will bring the ball down court and have a chance for one more shot.
Well,
DePoe gets the ball into Branscombe.
Solid 3rd quarter. We'll see how it ends here with Haven.
Yeah. 69-22 in favor of the Neosho Wildcats. We'll take a timeout and be right back.
The Sports Locker, located at 1206 Neosho Boulevard, Neosho, is a proud supporter and supplier of Neosho Wildcat Athletics. Open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. They carry all the biggest brands, including Under Armour, Nike, and Adidas sports apparel and equipment. Be sure to check out their Facebook page at Sports Locker Team Sales and Specials, or their number is 417-451-9300. Proud supporters of the Neosho Wildcats.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Zach's Car Wash, McKay Roofing, CareNet, Christian Healthcare's Ministry, Access Family Care, 4-State Printing, Josh Meeker, your shelter insurance agent. Thank you so much for sponsoring the ball game tonight. And we will begin. It looks like we've got a turbo clock as the Cats are up over 35 points.
Right now with Neosho, you see 4 juniors and a sophomore on the floor. A little bit of look at the future of what next year will look like. And there's Cohen with a wide open 3.
It does not go, and
there's Mason Spiva with his 4th.
Yeah, that's going to be his 4th foul. And he can't believe it. He says, let me hold this ball for a minute and you think about this.
So I imagine you'll see these guys on the floor for about 3 or 4 possessions, and then some of the JV kids get a few minutes here to finish this one out.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And there's a 3 ball that does not go. Spiva's working on it, and it's going to be a jump ball.
It's like Neosho ball. Yeah. Still good hustle, even though the
it
game's
is. It's going to be Neosho's ball. And the clock continues to run, 7:03 left in the ball game. Stay tuned for the post-game show, which is brought to you by Arvest Bank. Arvest Bank, proud to call Neosho home, and we'll hear from Coach Zane Culp, and I bet you he will have a passel of Wildcats.
And, of course, if you haven't heard, this is going to be win number 100 for Coach Culp tonight, and a young coach to reach that plateau is a very special night, and he's had a good time tonight with his players.
He really has, and his players are excited about the fact that they're able to help. And there's a ball that does not go for Spiva, but that's okay. At this point, it's not going to make a lot of difference. Cassville brings the ball down. There's a nice move, but there's Zach, another rebound for Zach. That should give him the 10th, isn't it?
It's close. I've got him down for 9.
Oh, nice move by DePoe. He's under the basket and gets the ball over to Branscombe, and Branscombe gets the 2. 71-22, and
we're going to have substitutions come in with the running clock.
Yeah.
Rhett Wilson will come
in the ball game, and Branscombe out.
Looks like Cassville's bringing in some of their younger players as well that we saw at JV. Here comes Wyatt Sexton in for Zach. We'll see official whether he had 10 rebounds or not for his double-double, but a big night for Zach Forsyth.
It is. It's a great night, especially after the last couple of nights that he's been worked over pretty good, double and triple teamed. It's glad to see him get back to where he needed to be. And that's what we said. We had 2 guys that we were really going to depend upon, Zach being one of them, and then Jaden Fisher, and both of them come through for the Cats. Here comes Plummer, and he goes coast to coast and picks up 2.
So a great opportunity for some of the JV Neosho Wildcats to play out here in the varsity game and get some of that experience and just play loose and have fun.
Yeah, 73-22 in favor of the Neosho Wildcats. And there is a foul, and it looks like it's going to be on
Wyatt Sexton.
That's right, it is going to be on Sexton.
His first. This young man that's at the line for Wyland Ferris is just a freshman for Cassville. He had a pretty good JV game prior to this one and makes his first field goal.
And he picks up the first one. So we can say he scored in the varsity ball game. There's the second one. It's up and no good. And Spiva comes down with a rebound.
Also in the game for Neosho, Ethan Holding, a sophomore guard.
There's a 3 ball from downtown. Nathan Spiva. He's just not going to let up. There's another 3 ball, 76-23 in favor of the Cats. 4 minutes and 3 seconds left. There's another 3 ball. That's from number 22, and that goes.
That's Braden Phillips. He's the one also that was hitting some in the JV game and led their group before this varsity action.
Spiva again for 3. That one's not going to go. Yes, it is.
Bam!
I guess we'll just trade threes back and forth for just a few minutes. 79-26 in favor of the Neosho Wildcats. And Sexton comes down with that rebound, gets the ball over to DePoe. DePoe brings it across the timeline, and he gets the ball down inside to Wilson. Wilson outside to Holden, and it does not go. 3 ball does not go. We're getting down to the place that we're not real sure who some of these players are, so we'll just watch it for just a minute. But there is a foul, and
it's on Rhett Wilson, his first.
And here comes the freshman, number 23, Chapman Southern. And the clock just keeps running. 2 minutes and 42 seconds left in the ball game. Cats are up 79-26. There's a 3 ball from downtown, and Southern comes up with a rebound. Gets the ball to DePoe. DePoe across the timeline in from downtown, and that does not go. Wilson gets the rebound, and he kicks it all the way back out, but unfortunately it's picked up by someone from Cassville. Cassville's got 9 freshmen on their their roster, and Holden breaks loose, and he comes up with 2.
Yeah, if you're Cassville, you put this one in the rearview mirror pretty quickly, and you start gearing up for your conference season.
That's exactly right.
And you try to learn what you can from it, but the lessons learned from tonight for them will be in the off season as they start developing after the season is complete.
Yeah, and there's another ball that Holden broke through and got into the passing lane, but he knocked the ball out of bounds, and it goes back to Cassville.
You know, John, it's a perfect example of that. You can't simulate quickness and pressure in practice. You've got to experience it, and that's what you've seen tonight. Cassville is just, they haven't seen this kind of ball pressure and things this year, these younger players, and that's where they'll learn from it.
Well, that goes back to what we'd said earlier about having a great JV ball club and a ball club that will pressure you and push your varsity to do the things that need to be done. And this JV ball club so many times will be almost like the Kansas City Chiefs practice squad. And there's a 2-ball by DePoe. They will set up in the defense of whoever you're going to play and let the varsity play through, and they'll play hard and push them.
Yeah, that's what it takes. And once the game starts slowing down to teams, that's when you start to see that you can become effective. And right now, tonight in Neosho, the game's been very slow and methodical for them in their minds. And Cassville, they've been rushed all night long.
Yes, they have. They sure have. DePoe slows the ball down as he comes down across the timeline. There's 27 seconds left. I'm sure he's just going to hang on to the ball for a little bit. He gets the ball over to Southern. Southern, the younger brother of Colton Southern, who was a Neosho stalwart, but also played second base for the baseball team and pitched a little bit.
Yeah, he was a very good baseball player and a strong senior back in the class of 24.
Mm-hmm. It sure was. And we'll just hang on to it, and that will be the ball game. And the final score is Neosho Wildcats 83, the Cassville Wildcats 28. We're going to take time out, and we'll be back. Stay tuned for the post-game show with Coach Zane Colt, brought to you by Arvest Bank. We'll be right back. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO Neosho Wildcats Sports Network.
You found it, the ultimate car wash, the one that leaves your vehicle looking brand new every single time. Do we have a prep team that pre-washes? You bet. Over 300 ports applying soap to your vehicle? Yes, sir. 40 high-pressure nozzles providing over 2,500 PSI of pressure? Who wouldn't? Buff and dry features that dry your car along with combined 100 horsepower blowers? Try 150. Be careful, we might just blow you away.
The Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce invites you to download the new Experience Neosho app, available for free on the Apple and Google Play Store. Your guide to eat, shop, play, and stay in Neosho, and your direct link to KNEO Wildcat Sports. Download the app, register to win weekly prizes, and listen to your favorite Wildcat sports. Good luck, Wildcats. We can't wait to hear you ring that bell.
McKay Quality Roofing is a proud supporter of KNEO Radio and the Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. They're located in their offices at 811 South Neosho Boulevard. They specialize in roof removal and replacement of residential and commercial properties. In order to serve you better, they have offices in Neosho, Cassville, and Grove, Oklahoma. Call McKay Quality Roofing at 417-455-3326 for a free quote, or go online at McKayQualityRoofing.com for more information. Go Cats!
The Freeman Family YMCA is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Serving the four-state area, the Freeman Family Y believes in putting Christian principles into practice through programs, building a healthy spirit, mind, and body. With 2 locations to serve the area in Grove, Oklahoma, and Neosho, the Freeman Family Y open 5:30 to 9 Monday through Saturday, 1 to 5 on Sunday. For more information, you can go online to ymcaswmo.org or call us at 417-455-9999.
Today's event is being supported by Banner Church of the Nazarene, located at 597 North Fork Road between Anderson and Goodman. Banner Church of the Nazarene services are Sunday school at 9:30 and family worship at 10:30. Check out their special Sunday night youth fellowship. Wednesday services begin at 7, offering adult Bible study, ladies Bible study, youth, and children's services. Contact them at bannerchurch.com, 417-364-7461, or dennis@bannerchurch.com.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself.
1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
See Shelter Agent Josh Meeker in Neosho and get the insurance coverage you need at the right price.
Welcome back to the Fieldhouse. This is the post-game show. At Harvest Bank, we believe in the power of serving others, from small businesses to agriculture. Whether you're looking for someone to help manage your mortgage or an expert in wealth management, we got you covered. You deserve a financial partner who cares and can help you reach your financial goals.
Congratulations.
Harvest Bank, proud to call Neosho home.
All right, and we've got Coach Zane Kolb. Coach, it was not only a great win, but someone said this is your 100th win as a coach.
It is. It's been a lot of fun coaching here, and doing them all here is special too. And several former players are here today too, and that makes it fun. I think Brock Franklin had a hand in that, inviting a bunch of guys. So, it's fun to put on a show in that one too. Maybe not quite as heart-wrenching watching that one in the second half. So.
Well, it was a great ball game, and I tell you, we had several people. We said, you make us look good, because we said at the beginning of the ball game, keys to the Cats, we had to get two guys involved, Zach Forsythe and Jaden Fisher, and they both got involved.
Yep, they did a great job. I think Zach was chomping at the bit to get back out here after last Friday, and I don't think he held himself to the standard he wanted, even though he battles every day, and he had a great game today, and then everybody just filled their role and did a lot of special things, and, all came together. We had a really good week of practice, getting back to where we want to be, and tonight was a good night to get back on track before we head into COC.
Yeah, I thought it was a great ball game. I think we stuck with the game plan. You know that better than I do, but we were stepping back into the lanes. We were stealing the ball the way we did before, and Zach was getting the rebounds. In fact, unofficially, we think he's got a double-double.
Yeah, he's done that several times this year, so I wouldn't be surprised. But, really proud of the guys for the unselfish acts in the second half when it could have, you could have taken any shot you wanted at some point, and they didn't, and I was really proud of them for that.
Yeah, it really was. We saw that happen more times than not. Jaden Fisher would be wide open, and Asbury would get the ball and get it over to Fisher when he could have gone in and scored himself.
Exactly.
It was exciting. So great.
Yeah, hey, Coach, so, 100 wins, we've talked a lot about building a culture and how important it is. And, you faced a young Cassville team, and you can learn a lot from playing a team like that in terms of what it takes in the off season. So what do you think the key to winning 100 games is, and how do you think much culture plays into that?
I think culture plays a lot into it. It's just the guys ahead of you, if you follow suit, if you get the right group of guys, and then you keep the right group of guys around, they follow suit and they watch. And, it was fun, like you said, the culture started 8-10 years ago whenever I started, but the point guard from when I started, Mason Gammons, is down there, and then he was down there talking to Brock Franklin, and then Brock Franklin was talking to Houston, and and it's just like the 3 point guards as we go. Of course, there was some in between, but it's like that's how it works. And Houston was 7 years old or whatever, sitting on the bench watching Mason, and Brock was playing junior high, so it's just fun to watch. But you're right, that it breeds into what's expected and how to do it, and it's just fun as a coach to get to do it in your hometown and watch the guys get better every year. And glad we're having a good year this year too, to make it more fun as we're chasing down different goals as a team as well.
Well, Coach, thank you so much. Once again, congratulations. We got a couple of guys up here we need to talk to for a minute, don't we?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Right. You bet. Thank you. And let's get Mr. Branscombe over here.
Hello, John. How's it going?
How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Great ball game.
Thank you.
Exciting.
Thank you very much.
Hit a couple of 3 balls again.
Yeah, we did. Shots finally feeling good.
Yeah. You had 5 of them against East Newton. So, yeah, it is. It was exciting. And being able to get the ball, and you got underneath the bucket a few times, too. Where'd that come from?
I don't know. I just teammates finding me when I'm in the right spot. That's all it is.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, talk about teammates. What a great performance tonight. Now,
Yes.
kudos to Cassville. They are a smaller ball club than we are. They're a younger ball club. In fact, I think they've got 9 freshmen
Yes, they do.
on their roster. But we got back into our mode and our way of playing because we've got to face the COC team next week, don't we?
Yeah, we had to play unselfish and really lock down our defense. That's what we've been focusing on a lot in practice this week. So we just had to go out there and execute.
Yeah. Okay, and we got the ball around. You had some 3 balls. The guy back behind you had
Yes, he
2 or
did.
3 real timely 3 balls as
Yes,
well.
he did.
And he's not even looking at us. He's paying attention over there for just a few minutes. And, of course, Jaden had a couple. But more than anything else, Jaden was breaking free, and he was getting underneath the bucket.
Yep, he was just running his lane, and that's what happens. He gets rewarded.
Yeah, he really does. So great performance all the way around. Congratulations. You got
Awesome.
a few days now to think about it now,
Yes,
don't you?
yes, thank you very much.
All right, you bet. Get your snowplow out.
That's right, that's right. I hope we miss a day of school.
All right, yeah, all
Here
right.
you go, Mason.
Mason Spivak come through with a 3 ball. Of
course.
Where'd that come from?
You know where it's been. It's been here.
It has. It's been there all year long, and you just had the opportunity to show your stuff tonight, and it worked out well. Now, you got in trouble a little bit in the first quarter down there in the middle of the lane, didn't you? Yeah.
Double foul was crazy, but, you know.
It was, but I tell you what, the rest of the ball game, I think they called, what did we say, 4 fouls?
Not many.
The rest of the game, so they officials
It should be. I like that. Scrappy basketball. That's how it should be.
Is. Absolutely. It is. So how do you feel about this ball club now? You're getting in and out, and I know that once you left Pea Ridge, you had your heel turned, and you kind of had to sit out and watch everybody else, and you feel like you're coming into your own a little bit now?
Yeah, it feels fine now. It's a little hard jumping off of it, but still got my left foot, so it's fine. But yeah, that was a confidence game, especially after coming off a loss. So
yeah.
So Mason as a 3-point shooter, we've had our share over the years, ups and downs in the season. So what's the key to finding that consistency as you go into the COC?
Just keep taking shots. We come in a lot in the mornings. We came in this morning. I got up 200 shots, so just get it feeling good. I told them before the game my shot was feeling good and to feed me, and they did. So.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do as a shooter. You just got to keep shooting and ride that wave when it's feeling good out of the hand.
Well, I tell you, it makes a big difference when you've actually got a really good look as opposed to having to hurry something, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And you had all the good looks tonight, so it worked out really well. But Fisher said the same thing a few weeks ago, that you guys come in and shoot 200. How long does it take to shoot 200 shots?
We got that gun machine, so it doesn't take very long. We go 2 at a time, so we shoot like 400, and each of us get 200, so it doesn't take that long.
What, about 15 minutes probably? 20?
Yeah, 20 probably.
After you get warmed up?
Probably 25, just an extra 5 to set it up, but yeah, it's not that long.
But what time is that, 6 a.m.?
Yeah, we came at 6:15 this morning, and I got home at like 6:45, so.
Long days.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Good start to the day.
Congratulations on a great game.
Thank you.
We take on Glendale next week.
Ready.
We'll get ready to go. Looks like Monday's going to be kind of touch and go a little bit, but you guys play on Tuesday night, so we ought to get after them, and that can put us 3-0 going into COC. That's pretty exciting in itself.
Yep, just taking it one game at a time.
All right. Congratulations. Thanks so much for stopping by and visiting with us.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Chris, it was an exciting ball game. It was a good ball game. It's a lot of fun to see. It's always a lot of fun to see the Cats win, but to perform the way that we did tonight, it just makes it that much better.
Yeah, when you have a loss on the road, you want to get that bad taste out of your mouth, and tonight sure did that. Good balanced scoring and everybody getting involved, taking care of things on both ends, and it kind of just clears the slate getting ready for Glendale, which is an important game for the Neosho Wildcats playing at home. And Glendale, I've had the opportunity to watch them play once this year, and they got some athletic kids. And the game that they'll play, they'll bring it here. We need a big crowd to support, and we need to be on top of our game come Tuesday.
Yeah, we really do. Well, the Cats go to 13-3. And the Cassville Wildcats drop down to 7-10. This is the end of the week for us. Believe it or not, it's Thursday night, but it is the end of the week for us. Be sure you get a chance to go worship. So until we see you on Monday night, for Chris, Matt, and John, go Cats!
Welcome to Neosho Basketball, live on KNEO.org. This broadcast is a sporting outreach of the KNEO Sports Network. You're now locked into the official pregame show for the Neosho Wildcats. This has been a live production of KNEO Sports. This broadcast may not be reproduced or retransmitted without the express written consent of KNEO Sports Network. This has been a sporting outreach of KNEO Sports Network, reaching into communities to make a difference for eternity.